Well, good morning. Happy Sunday. How is everyone this glorious day? Feeling good? I'm feeling good. I'm ready to celebrate. Are you ready to celebrate? Because that's what we do here at Unity of Tucson. Welcome. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here. And if you want to move your body to our opening song, you're welcome to. You'll recognize it. Here we go. I loved when we introduced that as a Sunday morning song. You don't think about that as a Sunday morning song, right? But where else can you get cool in the gang on a Sunday morning? Here at Unity of Tucson. Yeah. Woo! I got to catch my breath. Once again, good morning and welcome to Unity of Tucson. What a glorious, glorious opportunity to spend some good time together celebrating. We have a purpose here at Unity of Tucson, and that is to provide a safe, loving, and inclusive space where everyone can explore the principles of the New Thought spiritual philosophy, which is the philosophy in which we are founded in and grounded in. And through the application of those principles, I believe that we can master spiritual understanding, find personal purpose, and develop a spiritual path. And as I say often, that application of the principles in my life has enhanced the quality of my life experience. And so that's why I am here doing what I do, and I bring it to you, and we can all be in this together. Now, that all said, you are not required to believe what I believe. And there may be things that you hear today that are going to butt up against your belief system. And that's okay. That's okay, right? Yes, absolutely. Because spiritual mastery is not about agreeing to everything or agreeing to spiritual principles. Spiritual mastery is about being on the journey of unfoldment and uncovering that which is within each and every one of us. And so if something does butt up against your belief system here today, just know that my recommendation is that you just be willing to take a look at it free of judgment. Just look at the idea that perhaps has been presented, and you get to weigh it against whatever idea you're holding in your own mind and determine which works better for you in your life. That is entirely up to you, because I'm not here to tell you what to think, and I'm not here to tell you what to believe. And so that's how I will choose to proceed today. Does that sound like a good plan? Yeah. Glorious. Well, we do have a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson. I would love for us as a community to say out loud first these words of our vision statement. Let's say this together. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And that is a manner in which we may choose to see the world. The mission are steps that we can apply in our lives to allow that vision to come into expression. So let us say these words of our mission statement together. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Let's just take a breath into those ideas for just a moment. Just breathing in and allowing that breath to settle and relax the physical presence. And just consider for a moment what those things mean on a deeper level. What does it mean to love only? How might life look a little different if we proceeded with that at the core of our hearts and minds? Love only. That love allowing us to step into the practice of forgiveness where we can forgive everything. What would life look like in the deep practice of forgiving everything? Recognizing that forgiveness is an inner job. It is the inside work that we do. And all of this grounded in this idea that we are on a journey of constantly remembering who we are. So what does it mean to remember who you are? Perhaps that brings up the question, who am I? Who am I called upon to remember myself as being? Remember who you are. What I choose to acknowledge is that every single person that exists, past, present, and future, each and every one of us are aspects of a divine power and presence. We refer to that power and presence as God in this philosophy. It is the infinite creative source for all that is. All creation is divine. And that is who I choose to remember myself as being when I acknowledge that I am going to step into remembering who I am. That the fundamental practice is to remember that I am the light, the life, the love of divinity itself. And that is how I choose to acknowledge and accept every single person I encounter. So remember who you are. If this is your first time joining us on a Sunday morning, I want to extend a special welcome to you. Of course, saying hello to everyone who may be joining us online for the first time today. We'd love to continue this conversation, so if you're willing to go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out some information there, we will continue to allow this conversation to unfold. And just know that your presence, whether you're watching live this Sunday morning or at another time in the archive, your energetic presence is felt as part of this experience here in the room. And so I'm deeply grateful for your presence and your participation. And for those of you who are in the room, I want to extend a special welcome to you. Now, as you were coming in, you may have received a gift. If you did not receive that gift, please do pick up that gift. It will be available during our potluck at the completion of the celebration today in Harmony Hall, which is right on the other side of that door. But there's something else in addition to that physical gift that we like to acknowledge and offer to everyone who's joining us for the first time. So if you are comfortable with identifying yourself as someone who is joining us for the first time today, would you please either stand up or raise your hand? Is there anyone joining us for the first time today? Well, welcome. Grateful to have you here. Deeply grateful to have you here. And this is what we would like to share with you, shall we? Let's say this together. You are magnificent. absolutely magnificent, and what a delight it is that you're sharing your magnificence with us. I trust that we are sharing our magnificence with you, and we're just going to be a big, magnificent community together. Now, we claim to know that about you because one of the facets of our teaching is that we are all reflections of one another. So as we see your magnificence, perhaps it is a reflection of something inherent within each and every one of us. So I think all of us as a community, even everyone online, let's all say this together, shall we? I am magnificent. Does that feel good? Feels good to me. I like to claim and exclaim my own magnificence, and you're magnificent, and you're magnificent. I feel like Oprah, and you're magnificent, and you're magnificent, and you're magnificent. Oh, one of the great ways that we celebrate our magnificence here at Unity of Tucson is by acknowledging that all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideas are all grounded in one common thread of love. And we do that by celebrating through a ceremony that we've adopted here called Lighting the Flames of Faith. It is guided every week by our Keepers of the Flames. This week's Keepers of the Flames, if you would help me welcome Sherry Hoffman and Lorraine Pritz.
Good morning. Are you toasty? You doing okay temperature-wise? Oh, yes, it's getting hot. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of surrender to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. This final candle is the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experiences. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Lorraine.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sherry. If you're new to our community, this candle here is the peace candle, and we choose to keep the peace candle consistently illuminated as a reflection of the consistent illumination of peace within each and every one of us, that inner light in us that is deeply peaceful. And as we allow that inner light within each and every one of us to shine forth and inform every aspect of our lives, every aspect of our being, then right where we are, we become expressions of infinite world peace. And so let's honor that by sharing together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace reigns in the world. Taking a breath, allowing ourselves to settle in and center right where we are. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love.
I am dropping down to the truth of who I am, a child of God, created in the image and the likeness of Spirit. I am. In this time of prayer and meditation, I acknowledge, I recognize, I celebrate who I am, Spirit on this earth. Everything I do, everything I say, everything I think comes from Spirit through me, and it is good. Thank you, Spirit, for your love that never ever ends and is always present and available in my life each and every day. I am, and so it is. Amen.
I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love, surrendering in love, surrendering in love, surrendering in love. Well, it is my delight and my pleasure to welcome the gentleman who just offered that beautiful prayer here to guide us with a reading, to guide us also in this month's new affirmation. It's a new month, so we have a new affirmation.
Yes.
Will you please welcome Reverend William Gill?
Good morning. Those who live the full life have no fear of the future. They know that tomorrow is today amplified. Tomorrow is the outpicturing of today in a new arrangement. If there is no fear of this day, then there will be no fear in another day. Present consciousness is always the future experience. The future is secure for those who are living in mental and emotional security right now. Rather than fear the future, plan the future and put into it some excitement. It all starts with present thinking. If today's thinking is not exciting, then tomorrow's experience will not be either. As a thinker thinking, you can create what you want when you want it, and this robs the future of any negative suggestion. You are free in time. Past, present, and future are controllable. The past can be cleansed, the present can be made fruitful, the future can be what you decide it shall be. All of this is possible because you are a consciousness making creative decisions. That came from the book titled The Power of Decision, a step-by-step program to overcome indecision and live without failure forever, by Raymond Charles Barker. Each month we have a word of the month, and this month the word is vitality. Every month we also have an affirmation. This month's affirmation was written by our very own, our prayer chaplain, Mary Alls. I will say the affirmation once by myself. We'll take a moment to let it sink in, and then we will say it twice together with me. I wake up each morning with divine vitality. What could be more fun? Together, I wake up each morning with divine vitality. What could be more fun? Again, I wake up each morning with divine vitality. What could be more fun? And so it is. Amen.
I don't know.
So they didn't see the affirmation.
Yeah.
They heard it and we said it.
They heard it, we said it, it's all good, right?
Yes.
Yes. I don't, excuse me, I don't usually play favorites, but today one of my favorite singers in Tucson has joined us to provide us with musical inspiration today, and it's always a delight when she shares with our community. I feel like you're a part of our family, and I'm so grateful that you join us on a regular basis. Will you please welcome with today's featured song, Chelsea Hicks.
I hear the bells, they're ringing loud and clear. You can't help but love this time of year. It's Christmas time, there's something in the air. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. Somehow there's a little more of love, or maybe there's a little less of us, or maybe we're just slightly more aware. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. It's a smile on a man who has finally found hope. It's the tears of a mother whose child has come home. It's the joy that we feel and the love that we share. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. It's funny how it takes a holiday to show us how the world could truly change. If we all took the time to really care, there'd be a little more of heaven everywhere. It's the grace that we show to a world that needs hope. It's living our lives knowing they're not our own. It's the joy that we feel and the love that we share. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains.
Chelsea Hicks. It never fails that whenever I hear the featured song, something will pop out at me that I hadn't planned on. And this is the lyric that popped out to me that I had not planned on really talking about, but it's present for me, and so I'm going to make it present for you. It's the grace that we show to a world that needs hope. It's giving our lives, knowing they're not our own. That really struck me today because one of the practices in my prayer consciousness, one of the things that I often say when I'm engaged in the practice of prayer, as I'm affirming a sense of divinity, which is fundamental to the prayer practice. You know, we teach prayer in several steps. One is to claim that God is all there is, and part of the practice also is to claim that if God is all there is and it is infinite, then that is who and what we are, each and every one of us. And so oftentimes I language that by saying, I am living the life of the divine and calling it my own. Letting go of any sense of separation. And when I am faced with a world that is seeking something more, to understand that the life I am living is not my own, it is the infinite life, the infinite presence, the infinite power, then I can show a little more grace in everything. I can show grace towards every single person I encounter, because if I claim that to be so for myself, then I must understand it to be true of every single person I encounter, for there can be no separation. That is how I choose to live this life. This day, this month, I chose the theme vitality, and you know, it's funny because I'm working through, I've chosen the themes for every month for 2026, and I'm working on, you know, inviting the prayer chaplains to submit their considerations for the affirmations each month. But I chose vitality as the theme for this month over a year ago. And then I had to come back a year later and think, well, what does vitality really mean? And how does it relate to the nature of the season that we are in, the holiday season, and today being also the second Sunday of Advent, where the theme is peace. And I'm like, how do I wrap peace, vitality, holidays, how do I wrap it all together? Well, really, it's understanding and knowing there's a little bit of heaven everywhere, and it's right within each and every one of us. And then as I thought about vitality, one of my favorite quotes of all time, of course, was Illuminated. And it's a quote of the dancer choreographer Martha Graham. And she offered this. She said, "There is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And there is only one of you in all time. This expression is unique, and if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost." That's how important you are. That if you are not willing to live from the point of view of your own vitality, your own share of the infinite life force, and the allowing of that quickening consciousness to flow forth into expression, it will be lost, never to be expressed through anyone else, because you are a unique and magnificent expression of divinity itself. Don't let it be lost. That's the call. Don't let it be lost. Now, vitality is often imagined as intensity. I think sometimes we think of vitality as like movement, and certainly Martha Graham thinks of it as movement. I'm not going to try to dance again. That was my old life. But I still feel very much in touch with my physical body. And, you know, vitality is often thought of as that, that intensity, that movement or outward vigor, right? I'm vital, I'm living a vital life. But vitality also can be an expression of that infinite, peaceful sensibility right here in the heart of each and every one of us. In spiritual understanding, vitality arises from an interior stillness, that deep peace that allows life to express itself through us without resistance. Without resistance. I think sometimes we put those intense kind of things in our lives because we want to hide away, and we create that resistance that we then have to push through to allow ourselves to express that inner vitality, that inner life. Inner peace is the silent ground of vitality. Peace is not the absence of movement. It is the presence of alignment within each and every one of us. As I speak every week about the peace candle, that's really what I'm talking about. Is that there is that within each and every one of us that is infinitely grounded, peaceful, vital. And we muck it up with a lot of stuff. We create these barriers, we create these constructs in our lives. I think sometimes to hide the truth of our being, what if we all approached every single experience with the understanding of the magnificence we claim every single Sunday? How many of us are willing to go out into the world beyond these walls and exclaim, I am magnificent? I see one hand. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hands. That's a good thing. I'm doing my work here. I've joked in the past about, because we claim not to proselytize within the New Thought spiritual community. We proselytize in our own way by living our life from the point of view of magnificence. That's how we proselytize, because I think oftentimes what we are seeking is an understanding that who we experience and who we are being experienced as is a reflection of the divine that is inherent within each and every one of us. But I've joked sometimes, and it's a joke I'm returning to, that maybe someday I'll go out on 4th Avenue with some really great book like The Power of Decision or Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth, and I go out there and I hold that book up and I say, you are not a sinner. You are the infinite life force expressing magnificently as you. Live that point of view. Share your magnificence with the world. Can you imagine a preacher on the street doing that? I keep threatening to do it. And yet, I also remind myself to allow an opportunity to come back to a centered countenance. To breathe into that vitality, that restful, peaceful inner something that perhaps can be likened to a quickening. A quickening that allows the rise of peaceful expression through me to come through unobstructed. Now, I looked at that quotation of Martha Graham's. There is a vitality, a life force, a quickening. And I think I always took it for granted that I knew what quickening meant. And then I looked it up. I'm like, well, this is not at all what I expected. So the actual definition of quickening is the first felt motion of a fetus. It's like, oh, well, that's different than I thought it was. But then I thought about there's something within each and every one of us that is seeking to be born. And that is a quickening within each and every one of us. It does not have to be a human fetus. It doesn't matter your gender. We can all feel the quickening of that life force energy within each and every one of us. It is that initial action or impulse within you of an idea being birthed. And that is what we give birth to consistently through our lives. We are giving birth to ideas because God is the realm of infinite ideas, and that is who and what we are. And as we are allowing our lives to be expressed through divine ideas, then we are doing great things in this world. I believe that. How about you? And so I ask this question. When was a time you felt energized not because of an activity that you were engaged in, but because of an inner clarity and peace? This morning. I will tell you, I feel that inner clarity and peace whenever I'm experiencing music. And that song today, it's a glorious song. Somebody was asking me who recorded that, or do you recall? It's okay if you don't recall. Because in my mind, you're the one who sings that song. But what an extraordinary song to claim that there is heaven everywhere. You know, for me, that is an allowing of energetic expression through that inner clarity and peace in the experience of it. It may be a time, sometimes, when you just know something is right. Oh, there have been times when I've just known something is right. In that experience, you know exactly what to do. That is the point, ultimately, I think, of prayer, that impulse into action. So quickening is awakening. It's awakening to the inner something that is inviting us into magnificent expression. There have been times in my life that I can look back on in retrospect, and I'm sure that in retrospect, a lot of us can look at times in our lives and we're like, oh yeah, I know exactly when I felt that. There was a time that in 2011, I was not even a minister yet, but I was visiting here, Unity of Tucson, and I walked the labyrinth at the completion of the celebration, the service that day, and there was a quickening within me. Because I completed my ministerial studies, but I was not yet licensed as a minister. But I walked that labyrinth, and I stood in the center of that labyrinth, and I thought, yes, there's a life force of vitality, something within me that is equal to an expression of ministry not unlike this. Who knew that 9 years later I would be invited to be the minister here at Unity of Tucson? And it was not without some detours. I ended up in Canada for a long time, you know? But you never know what the seed being planted is going to do, because that seed is planted within each and every one of us. And if we are willing to allow that seed to be nurtured through our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings, then what we are creating at all times is magnificence. There's also, I was thinking about I hesitate because I'm not going to name the film, because it was a terrible film, but I did do, mostly my theatrical career, or my acting career prior to ministry was in theater. And I did do one film. Please do not look it up. And I'm serious, do not look it up. First of all, it was a different time in my life. I don't even know if you could get it now, actually. It's been over 20 years. I know that they did a DVD. Anyway, so I remember going to the audition for this movie, and I went to the initial audition. Now, I don't know if you know how auditions work, or when you're being cast in anything, really. You go to your initial audition, and you audition whatever they ask you to bring. In a movie, it's usually you get what they're called sides, which is a piece of the script, and you have to basically read the sides and present yourself as the character that they're seeking. And so I got into this audition. I had my sides in hand, and I offered what I had to offer. And I walked away from that, and I didn't hear anything. Usually what happens is if they like you, they're going to call you back. It's called a callback, right? And so then you go back, and they have you do something else or read the sides again. It varies depending on the casting director or the producer or the director. And so I didn't get a callback. It's like, all right, no big deal. I'm going to continue on doing what I do because it doesn't matter. But there was something within me that I thought, this role is just too much fun for me to think that I wouldn't get it. And so there was a quickening within me. There was something within me, that seed planted. And I kind of just knew that this was going to work out in my favor, even though I didn't get a call back. It was like 4 months later I get a telephone call from the producer. And this is basically what the producer said. "We're so grateful for your audition. We loved you in your callback. And we'd like to offer you this role." And I thought, oh, I'm not going to tell them that I didn't have a callback. I will happily accept this role. I'm going to go for it. Okay, you got me now. But there was that something that knew. There was that something that knew. And I didn't try to coerce it into being. I just allowed the experience to unfold. There is that for each and every one of us. There's something within us that inherently knows and knows that it knows. What is it that you know right now? Because we get lost a lot of the time in, claiming in this philosophy, I don't know what I don't know. And so I'm going to allow, but what do you know that you know? And are you allowing that to be a driving force in your life? Or if it needs to be shifted, are you allowing yourself to shift what you know into something that you would like to know that is more productive and constructive in your life? Because you are in charge, because you are the expression of God. That is who you are. You cannot be anything separate from, because there can be no separation. I looked up also the definition of quickening in the Revealing Word, which is basically a glossary of terms that was written down by Charles Fillmore, who is the husband of Myrtle Fillmore, and they worked together to found the Unity movement. In that book, Charles Fillmore offered this. He said, "Spiritual quickening is a waking up of the whole person to the full consciousness of what they are in the sight of God." Spiritual quickening is a waking up of the whole person to the full consciousness of what they are in the sight of God. We exclaim that every single week when we say, "Remember who you are." Remember who you are. In this season of Advent meaning anticipation for something that is going to arrive, right? In this season of Advent, the anticipation of the Christ light within each and every one of us to be expressed without reservation or hesitation is what we seek. We celebrate in Advent that Christ light that symbolizes in each and every one of us that divine urge, that longing for expression. And we invite a release of anything counter to it or any idea that does not support that. We have to let down the structures and the things we've built up to block that divine light, that inner vitality, that quickening. Because if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium, and it will be lost. Our peace is disturbed not by the world. We can let the world disturb our inner peace. That's a choice. Our innate peace is not disturbed by the world, but by the ways we resist our own sacred becoming, our own sacred unfoldment. Vitality returns when we stop obstructing what wants to be expressed by means of each and every one of us. And I believe, you get to decide what you believe, but I believe that what wants to be expressed by means of each and every one of us fundamentally is infinite love. And let us flow forth from that point of view in every interaction, allowing love to be the basis of all expression, all interaction. Love, peace, beauty, joy. That is the truth of who you are. Today, being all about peace, I want to acknowledge that peace is more than comfort. Peace is more than comfort. It is a vibrational state where infinite creativity flourishes. We are of peace. That is who we are. And therefore, we are infinitely creative. when we embody that sensation, when we embody that peace, we tune ourselves to a frequency where ideas, solutions, compassion, and wisdom flow naturally. What a life that is, isn't it? Here's the thing. It takes a commitment and it takes a practice, because we have been taught things counter to this our entire lives, and that is how we have learned to be in the world. And so it's wonderful that we gather here on a Sunday morning. It's wonderful when we gather together in classes and workshops and experiences that are offered here at Unity or any spiritual community. You know, you don't have to exclusively be part of Unity. I just want to make sure that that's very clear. Like, I don't require exclusivity, because you get to go explore your own life and how you interact with life from a spiritual point of view. But we can very easily obstruct that flow and become lost, where we feel devoid of ideas and solutions, where we feel devoid of compassion. But it is up to us, each and every one of us, to allow ourselves to open up here and now to that innate vitality, that quickening, that life force within each and every one of us. Vitality increases when we are living from coherence rather than chaos thinking. So I'm going to invite us all to consider, in the peace of this moment, just consider these few questions, just ideas. What is quietly coming alive in me right now? Just hear that in your voice within. What is quietly coming alive in me right now? Where am I being invited to stop blocking my unique expression? Where am I being invited to stop blocking my unique expression? And how might peace support my next step of becoming? How might peace support my next step of becoming? I have a lot of enthusiasm. I know sometimes people think, that guy's the minister. He's so animated. And he jumps all over the stage, and he sings, a minister who sings, oh my gosh. The world doesn't need a quieter you. That's how I have lived my life. It needs a peaceful you that is fully alive in its expression. So let the quickening become your next brave, beautiful step. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. Hydration. If you are new to our community, one of the things that I offer every single week is an opportunity to put into practice the lessons that have been offered, the ideas that have been offered, and we've moved through many iterations, and we finally decided to call it the life practice. And so this is the life practice opportunity that you can engage in this week. So choose one place where you've been holding back and take a clear, peaceful step forward this week. Send that message, make the call, create the thing. If there's something that you have been sitting on, you get to not hold back any longer. Allow your inner peace, that innate inner peace within you, to allow that to come into expression. Anchor yourself in calm and then act with intention. That's the practice this week. I invite us all to relax right where we are. This is an opportunity that I invite for us to consider. Perhaps there's one idea. There's a lot of ideas that have been expressed here, rooted in one theme, but maybe there's one thing that we will, each and every one of us, carry with us today. Let that idea be fully present in mind and in heart, just sitting with it for a moment as we allow ourselves to reflect on the blessing of that idea. How does it bless us? You are the light of love. I am the light of love. am the light of peace. You are the light. I am the light. We are the light of peace. You are the light of joy. I am the light of joy. You are the light. I am the light. We are the light of joy. Let's take this opportunity to relax right where we are, settling into a full awareness of a peaceful countenance. Relaxed in the here and now, letting go of anything that has preceded this moment, releasing in anticipation for what is to unfold. I open up in this moment to realize that there is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through each and every one of us into action. And there is only one of each of us in all time, and this expression is unique. It is the magnificent expression of divinity by means of each and every one of us. It is the allowing of this life force. It is the creative source of all that is, and we are that. There is no separation. And so I trust and know that that quickening rising up through each and every one of us, rooted in the seeds we plant in every single moment, is flowing forth into more extravagant and magnificent experiences of life. And this is expressed in magnificently vital ways, through peace, expressed as beauty, through joy, through imagination, through zeal, through wisdom. It is from this point of view that I allow life to unfold, and I am deeply grateful for this expression. I allow the appreciation to be felt overwhelming and overflowing from within, and it is with gratitude in my heart that I release this, trusting in the outflow, the good, and I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. You are the light of love. I am the light of love. You are the light. I am the light. We are the light of love. You are the light. I am the light. We are the light of love. Thank you. Oh, well, what magnificent lights. I am so deeply grateful for this opportunity to share in the light of love with this community. I invite you to take out whatever it is you're offering and you're sharing today and your financial support for Unity of Tucson and what we do here, and hold that gift in your hand, whether it's in the form of cash or a check, or you give by electronic means. You can use one of those cards that we provide. I want you to hold it in your hand and acknowledge that what it is not anything separate from the core of who we are, that what you hold in your hand is an expression of divinity itself, where there can be no separation, and that money is simply an idea. It is God in action, supporting the opportunity for us to do what it is we do, for that is the manner in which we have chosen collectively to show support. And so as you hold that in your hand, acknowledge that what you hold is love, and that what you share is love. And I trust that what you receive is love. So as the baskets go around, we will celebrate through some gratitude. Feel free to move your body to this great Karen Drucker song. You know it. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude
gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Once again, gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Oh, here to bless the offering, will you please welcome one of our glorious prayer chaplains, Sherry Hoffman.
Yes. Hello. Let us focus on this beautiful gathering that we have in these baskets and say these words together. We bless these gifts, and we see them going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is.
Amen. Thank you so much, Sherry. Here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson.
Good morning, Unity of Tucson. It's Sunday, December 7th, 2025, and here's what's happening in our magnificent spiritual community. Unity of Tucson is our home, and as a spiritual cooperative, we all have a stake in shaping its future. As the board finalizes our 2026 budget, your pledge lets us know what resources we can count on to help our community thrive. Every pledge matters. You can pledge online or pick up a form in the lobby or bookstore. And to all of you who have already pledged, thank you for supporting our shared home and future. Unity of Tucson is turning 70, and you're invited to our Platinum Gala celebration. Tickets are on sale now, but space is limited, so don't wait to secure your spot. Enjoy an elegant evening of great food, a fabulous silent auction, and a special display honoring our 70 years of history and community. Join us March 14th, 2026 at Skyline Country Club as we celebrate the past and step boldly into the future. Unity of Tucson welcomes multidisciplinary artist Mark McMahon to the Galleria Sagrada. Mark's photography represents a lifetime of artistic and entrepreneurial endeavors, including extensive travel from Tucson to the southern tip of South America, where many of his colorful photos were taken. Also featured are saguaro rib sculptures created from locally sourced materials. Here's your chance to support a truly colorful artist while supporting Unity of Tucson. Are you curious how to bring the Unity principles we teach into your everyday life? RL at UT, Real Life at Unity of Tucson, invites you to an energizing evening filled with music, uplifting conversation, and lively drumming. Grab something to drum on and join Reverend William Gill and the Real Life Band on Wednesday, December 17th at 6:30 p.m. for an experience that will move your spirit and spark your joy. Join your spiritual family this Christmas Eve for our annual candlelight service. We'll share an uplifting message of faith and love and the timeless ritual of passing the light. Bring family and friends to this special celebration of the light in all of us, Wednesday, December 24th at 6:30 p.m. Today is Potluck Sunday. Don't miss out on great food and wonderful company. Events, classes, connection. To find out more, swing by our community alcove located next to the Desert Light Book and Gift Store, refer to the printed schedule available in the lobby, or explore online at unitytucson.com. Make your week magnificent.
Yeah, make your week magnificent. It is the first Sunday of the month as well, and on the first Sunday of the month, we do celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. As you were coming in, you may have been asked, hey, are you celebrating a birthday or an anniversary during the month of December? And then if you are, you would have been invited to fill out a ballot, which helps us know where we're going to share some of our magnificent wealth into the world. If you are celebrating and you did not fill out a ballot, you can still grab a ballot at the completion of the celebration. The drawing will be held during the potluck. But we would love to honor you, and so if you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, I mean, we're going to sing the birthday song, but it can be for anniversaries too. Would you please either stand up or raise your hand? Let's celebrate and sing happy birthday, shall we? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. wonderful. I love to celebrate. I love to celebrate. Do join us for potluck afterwards, and we get to all celebrate together. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today's celebration so extraordinary. I want to say thank you to our keepers of the flames, Sherry Hoffman and Lorraine Pritz. Thank you for guiding us in the Flames of Faith ceremony. Also to Sherry Hoffman for guiding us through the blessing of the offering. I want to say thank you to Reverend William Gill for guiding us in the reading, the affirmation, and the prayer today. Thank you so much. Reverend William and Sherry will be available at the completion of the celebration today if you would like a moment of prayer. They will remain here in the sanctuary, and you can seek them out for a moment of prayer and, utilize our prayer consciousness here because it's what we do, and I am deeply grateful for the ways that we are changing lives through prayer. So, yes, if you see any other people who are wearing a stole like Beryl over here, that means that they are a prayer chaplain here, and they're open to praying with you as well, even if they're not officially on duty. So please do seek out prayer here. I want to say thank you to everyone in the bookstore, Carol and Jerry, led by Carrymon. I want to say thank you to our greeters and our ushers. I want to say thank you to our technical team, Wally and Aiden and Jim and Gavin, and Sherry is on our technical team too. Thank you so much for your service. This extraordinary music team, I'm so grateful every single week to be able to play with you. Paul Gibson, Rafael Carruthers, Aaron Anderson, led by Linda Ackerman. Thank you so much. I'm going to say thank you to the Prism Alliance, not the Prison Alliance, but the Prism Alliance, which is our LGBTQIA affirming group here at Unity of Tucson for helping with the potluck today, setting up, and they'll help tear it down when it's complete. Always grateful for the volunteer support that makes this place function. And I want to say thank you to our extraordinary guest today. Will you please give it up for Chelsea Hicks? Oh, and so as we complete our time here today, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making your presence known, not just in Unity, but in this thing called life. You are a blessing to me, and I am deeply grateful every time I see you. So let's share together this prayer of divine awareness, which will guide us into our final song today. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Love be with you.
Love be with you.
Peace enfold you.
Peace enfold you.
Spirit lift you.
Spirit lift you.
Breathe it in.
Breathe it in.
Truth come through you.
Truth come through you.
May good flow to you.
May good flow to you.
Let joy renew you.
Joy renew you.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again.
Love be